Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, with your readings for December the 23rd through December the 29th. Listen, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. If you are returning, thank you for your loyalty and support. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and that you will return. You will find all the other, this is for your sun, moon, and rising. It's a general reading. You'll find all the links to everything you need below, to all the other videos. If you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, there'll be also skip times. Because this is an intro, then there's the astrology report, and then the tarot reading, and all the skip times will be below. And also, I want to thank everyone who's subscribed, and I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, if you could like these videos and share them. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section of your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. And there's just little things going on at the beginning of the week, but the major astrological event is happening on Thursday. Now, this can also be on Wednesday, which is Christmas Day. So happy Christmas, everyone. And I know that on Sunday, I'm recording these on Sunday, it is Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to those of you. And the day after Christmas, which is also known as Boxing Day in England, is Kwanzaa. So happy Kwanzaa to all of you who celebrate that. So on Thursday, the December the 26th, we have the new moon solar eclipse. It's a partial eclipse in Capricorn, and it happens at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is the 24th. It's happening on the 25th on Christmas Day in California, and it is happening in the UK at 5:13 a.m. on Boxing Day. Now, so this partial new moon solar eclipse happening in Capricorn is a very fortunate and lucky eclipse because it is connected to Jupiter, the planet of abundance and luck and good fortune, right? An expansion. So it's right next to it when this happens. So it's very fortunate. So the power of this new moon solar eclipse is tremendous because Jupiter will expand its power. I've already been feeling this aspect. Have you? I know I have had some quite fortunate things happen. I'm very happy. Listen, this is the last eclipse of the year, of the decade. We are ending a decade. There's a lot of energy when we switch from decade to decade. I can't believe that it's been 20 years since Y2K. I was just thinking about this the other day. If you are, some of you are too young to remember this, but 20 years ago, when we moved into a whole new century, there was a big fear of Y2K. There was, everyone was suspecting that computers would break down around the world and our whole lives would fall apart. And Y2K came and went without any kind of significant event. So we were fine, but it was so funny at the time how naive we were. Now, what else? Let's get back to the solar eclipse, shall we? New moons, as you know, are or most of you know, is when the sun and the moon are conjunct, when they're together. And a conjunction is a very powerful astrological aspect. It's when the two planets that are conjunct are together. So it's very powerful. And not only that, we have this Jupiter conjunction too. So it's 3 planets. We've got let me see how many planets are in Capricorn right now. Let me check yes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Capricorn. And by the end of the week, we will have 6. Not only do we have these 2 lights, right, our luminaries, the sun and the moon, conjoined, right, together, which is very powerful. At the same time, we've got the conjunction with Jupiter, as I mentioned, and we also have this lovely relationship with Uranus, which is this planet of sudden happenings and surprises. And because it's a lovely connection, we could get, surprise gifts. Listen, Jupiter is about expansion. So it's about energy. We're going to be energized, right? We're going to feel energetic. It's in a cardinal sign. So we're going to want to start things. It's a new moon. It's a brilliant time to start something, and perhaps a course in study, a business or a project or something new, and it's really important for us to have intentions and write them down at this time, and write them as if we are already experiencing them, because that is the law of attraction. So we really want to make sure that we write our intentions, right? Ask Santa Claus for our presents. Now, Capricorn is all about planning. It's about long-term goals. So really see the future. What do you want to happen in the next 5, 10, 15 years? We're going to have this energy and this urge to start things and to plan things. Taking action towards long-term goals will be extremely satisfying to us at this time. Resist any inclination that you may have to sit back and procrastinate. Resist that urge, because sometimes we don't want to take action out of fear sometimes, right? Much can be accomplished at this time, so make the most of what is available. Now, on Friday, the Sun is conjunct Jupiter exactly. So we're feeling this already, right? And then it's going to be exact on Friday. And also we'll feel it afterwards. We'll feel this lovely, massive energy influx. The Sun represents life force, right? And Jupiter will expand that force. So it's optimism, it's generosity. We will receive gifts and good fortune, and also we'll feel generous, and we'll be inspired to give and to be generous with others. With this boundless energy, you will be able to do everything. It's like you'll want to do everything. You want to start all kinds of projects and get things off the ground. So it's really, with this boundless energy, it is a good time to start a new course in study or business or project, like I said before, with the new moon. So this is all. You also need to be aware, though, that Jupiter is a planet of expansion. So if it will expand negativity. It may expand your waistline, the holidays. Resist the urge to take that second piece of cake or the helpings. And, also drinking too much. We have to drink responsibly during the holidays. Don't drink and drive. Make sure that you have a designated driver, or you, get a taxi home, Uber at home, whatever you need to do. So just be aware of that, and keep your thoughts and actions as positive and as just have integrity and be honest and upfront, and keep your side of the street clean. It's very important, because we have Saturn at play too during this time. Rules and regulations. You don't want to get caught out there. Now, on Saturday the 28th, Mercury moves into Capricorn. So now we have 6 planets in Capricorn, darling. And this is the planet, the sign of ambition, of, practicality, of planning ahead. So this is, the thought process. Mercury is about the thought process and communication. So it's, it's no frills. It's like, communicating, practically, and what's, without beating about the bush. Although when Mercury is in Capricorn, we're very cautious or very careful about what we say. So we're going to kind of be very, judgmental and perhaps skeptical of what people say. You may frown a lot. It's very, you know, Mercury in Capricorn is very conservative, and can appear kind of cold and calculating at times. Capricorn doesn't want to waste time, wants to get to the point and move on. So he may be a little dismissive and judgmental at times. So it's because Mercury in Capricorn has a very clear sense of judgment. So that's not a bad thing at times, it just, to be a little more thoughtful and deliberate, but very practical. So without further ado, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading for December the 23rd through December the 29th. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information do you have for Sagittarius for this coming week, December the 23rd through the 29th? Sagittarius, this is for Sagittarius. 3 cards for Sagittarius, please. 3 cards for Sagittarius. 3 cards. 1 more card for Sagittarius, please. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow, there's crossover. There's a couple of cards that have come out for nearly every reading. So check out your sun, moon, and rising. Let me pull that up a little. There you go. Okay, these are clarifying cards for Sagittarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Sagittarius through these clarifying cards for December the 23rd through December the 29th? Please clarify. There it is. 2 cards. Please clarify. And please clarify. Okay. Let's take a look at your cards. Excuse me. The first card out for you is the 4 of Swords. Excuse me. Clarifying the 4 of Swords is the 2 of Wands and the Lover's card. Then you have the Page of Wands, clarified by the Star. And then the 4 of Pentacles, clarified by the Page of Swords. The first card out for you, Sagittarius, is the 4 of Swords. This is like exhaustion. This is, mental exhaustion that leads to physical exhaustion. So get enough sleep. Just get enough sleep. Hydrate. Take care of yourself. This is really basically telling you to sleep. You're going to need to sleep because you need the energy. And clarifying it, you have the Lover's card and the 2 of Wands. There's a decision on the table that you need to make. I'm getting there's a decision. The Lovers can mean lovers, but they means a decision, and you've got the 2 of Wands. There's definitely a choice. You've got a choice, something that you need to make a decision on. You might have been working on something that's really exhausted you. So there may be something on the table that you've been working on, but you have to make a decision of whether you're going to go forward with it or not. There's definitely a choice. This could be you might have a decision for a partnership with someone, in terms of not necessarily a lover connection, but it can be a business connection. But it could be a lover's connection too. Now I'm getting business. For some of you, I'm getting business. Now, the next card out for you is the Page of Wands. I think that perhaps you've been thinking and working on some kind of project, an idea that you've had. And this is telling you to go ahead and do it. Maybe that's where you're deciding whether to go forward with it or not. But when the Page of Wands comes into the situation, it's saying go ahead, take the chance. It's time to take action. Move on to the next phase of your life. And I've got the Star card in here for you. That's healing, a balance and a healing. This is a card of hope. You're going to see a path lit ahead of you. You're going to know what to do, because you definitely have a decision on the table. But when you look for it, the Star card spreads light where there was once darkness. So it illuminates a path forward, so you can see clearly where to go, which direction. And so you do have hope. And then you've got the Four of Pentacles, and that's saying you're holding on to something, Sagittarius. Something you're holding on to. And it's almost like you're grabbing onto it so fast that you don't have the freedom. I think you're afraid to spend money right now. I think you're afraid to invest, and you're afraid to spend money because you want to protect what you have. You're afraid of losing what you have. But sometimes it's like you've got to take a risk. And actually with this, this new moon solar eclipse, it's a good time to take an educated risk, not just willy-nilly out there taking silly risks. But sometimes we need to do that, because this is blocked energy, right? He can't move. He's so holding on to the money, he can't move. So it's like, release it. And clarifying it is the Page of Swords. But what I'm getting is, don't be rash, don't be impulsive, because he's very quick. Sometimes he's impulsive. You could just blurt something out, and it might be the truth, but it's not appropriate. So try to have that moment between thought and action. Be very thoughtful of how you communicate. I would just say that. Sagittarius, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Hello guys, you are my die-hard fans. I really appreciate you. Thank you for staying all the way through to the end. I just wanted to tell you I have a Facebook group, and in that Facebook group I do a live feed every 2 weeks, and it corresponds with either the new moon or the full moon. And whoever attends, I look at their horoscope and see how they are receiving it. And I also have my tarot cards on hand to answer any questions. So it's a lovely group, like-minded people. We're all very positive, and it's really uplifting. Such a lovely environment. So I hope that you will join my Facebook group. It is a private group, so you just need to ask permission to join and just answer a couple of questions. That's all. And you'll get in. Listen, guys, the 12-month readings are, a lot of people are getting them, and they're really helpful. So take a look at my website. The link to that is below, and get a 12-month reading. And I throw in a little chart interpretation in there too, just some, things about your personality and good things to know, strengths and weaknesses. I throw that in. Just as a little special, a little special extra. It must be Jupiter expanding. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll see you next week. Mwah! I love you all.